Is it possible to talk about the downsides of hormonal birth control without threatening its accessibility? There's a lot out there on the internet right now about how horrible birth control is.
I believe hormonal birth control is poison.
It's a Machiavellian, evil design to keep you stupid,
Absolutely wrecking our bodies.
to keep you fat.
It hinders our physical attraction to men.
Lots of it, frankly, is just not true. But also, the reality is there are some downsides for some people. So how do we talk about those? This question honestly is super personal because last summer I noticed a shift in myself. I was calmer and happier than I had been in years, which was weird because I was about to move and I was just in a chaotic moment in my life. The change was also particularly notable because I've been dealing with this mix of anxiety and depression and insomnia for years now. It took me a couple months to realize that this calmer and lighter version of my mood happened at the same time as another change, the removal of my IUD. So I started doing a little digging. It turns out that for years, studies in reputable scientific journals have found that people on hormonal contraceptives, and it seems particularly people on non-oral contraceptives like IUDs, have significantly higher levels of depression, anxiety, insomnia, and other mood issues. Now, to be clear, the science is still emerging on this. Most of the studies that are out there now are observational, which means that it's really hard to separate correlation from causation. And it's also important to say that the likelihood of dramatic changes is still quite low. Like, the last thing I would want is someone who could really benefit from birth control to think that they were somehow doomed to get depression. But still, I just kept thinking, okay, I had an IUD for 14 years. Did my IUD contribute to or prolong or contort my depression and anxiety in some way? And of the many mental health specialists that I saw over the years, why didn't anyone ask about my birth control? At a time when abortion is unavailable to many and hormonal contraceptives are under attack, these questions feel, frankly, really scary to ask. Hormonal birth control is so politicized. It can feel like there are just two camps. There are like the people who champion birth control, warts and all, and then there are the people who criticize it with the hopes of making it go away entirely. But in the course of reporting on this, I found that there's this huge but quieter third camp. People who are scrutinizing birth control not to get rid of it, but to make it better. You can read my investigation at motherjones.com.